Welcome. So you're starting to learn German, and then, bam, you run into the grammar. It can seem like a huge wall, right? Well, you're definitely not alone. But today, we're going to demystify one of the biggest hurdles, noun gender. We're going to break it down, make it simple, and crack this code together. Wunderbar. That's German for wonderful. And that's exactly how I want you to feel about this by the end. We're going to look at the three genders, a surprisingly easy rule for plurals, and even some insider tips for when you just have to guess. Okay, let's dive in. So, let's start with a really important question. What is the single most important part of learning a German noun? Here's a hint. It isn't just memorizing the word itself. The real secret is in that tiny but super powerful word that comes right before it. And that brings us right to the foundation of it all, German's three genders. You see, unlike in English, every single noun in German, from a dog to a table to an idea, has a gender. And getting a handle on this is absolutely essential for building sentences that actually sound right. So what we're talking about here is called grammatical gender. And the first thing you need to know is that this has nothing to do with biological gender. A table isn't male, a lamp isn't female. It's just a system of categories. And you can always tell a noun's gender by its article, which is just the German word for the. It's going to be der for masculine, die for feminine, or das for neuter. Let's look at a few examples. For masculine, we have der Mann, the man. For feminine, die Frau, the woman. And for neuter, das Kind, the child. See how the word for the changes every single time? Der, die, das? Getting this down is the crucial first step. And that leads us to our golden rule for today. Seriously, if you remember just one thing, make it this. Always, always learn a new noun with its article. Don't just learn Tisch means table, burn der Tisch into your brain. Trust me, this one habit will save you so much headache later on. Okay, ready for some good news? After learning 3 different ways to say the, you've kind of earned it. Let's look at something that's actually, believe it or not, wonderfully simple. The rule for plural nouns. Check this out. Der Mann becomes die Männer. Die Frau becomes die Frauen. And das Kind becomes die Kinder. Now, yeah, the noun itself changes a bit, but look really closely at the article, that word for the. You see the pattern? And there it is. It doesn't matter if the noun started out as masculine, feminine, or neuter. When you make it plural, the article is always die. That's it. One article for every single plural noun. That is a huge win for us. Now, our golden rule says to always learn the article with the noun, right? But, in the real world, you're going to come across new words. So what do you do when you have to make an educated guess? Well, let's look at some insider tips, some little hacks that can help you predict a noun's gender. Okay, think of this as your gender guessing cheat sheet. Nouns ending in error, especially if they're a person's job, are usually masculine, like der Lehrer, the teacher. Words that end in e, very often feminine, like die Blume, the flower. Those longer endings like heit, or aion, almost always feminine. And my personal favorite, any word ending in chen or lein, which make things sound small and cute, are always neuter. For example, das Mädchen, which means the girl. These patterns aren't 100% foolproof, but they are incredibly helpful. Okay, so you've got a handle on the. Now let's see how that knowledge pays off when we want to say a or an. This is where knowing the gender becomes absolutely non-negotiable. The logic here actually follows what you already know, so this is pretty cool. For masculine, der, and neuter, das nouns, the word for a is ein. So ein Mann, ein Kind. But for feminine die nouns, you just add an e, and it becomes eine Frau. This exact same pattern works for making a noun negative using kein and keine. See how it all connects? Right back to that original gender? All right, you've seen the rules, you've seen the patterns. I think it's time to put it all to the test with a quick, fun mini quiz. No pressure at all, just a chance to see what stuck. You ready? First up, the word for table is Tisch. What's the article? Der, die, or das? Give it a thought. It is der Tisch. That's a masculine noun. A really common one, too. Awesome, great start. Okay, next one, Katze, which means cat. Now, think back to that little pattern we talked about for words that end with an E. And the answer is die Katze. See? That a ending is a huge clue for feminine nouns. You're totally getting this. All right, last one for you.
The word is Auto, which, you guessed it, means car. What do you think? Der, die, or das?
It is das Auto. It's a neuter noun. And here's a fun little tip. A lot of words that German borrowed from other languages, like Auto, tend to be neuter. Fantastic job on the quiz. You nailed it. So as we wrap things up here, let's just come back one last time to that one crucial idea. The real secret to mastering German nouns isn't about memorizing a million rules. It's about building one simple habit. Always learn the noun with its article. So there you have it. You've now cracked a fundamental piece of the German language code. You have the patterns, the rules, and most importantly, the key habit for success. The knowledge is yours now. So my question to you is this: what's the first German noun you're going to go learn, article and all?